Hello and welcome to this three-part series on changing your thoughts, finding your calm. And I will be sharing certain tools that help me in my life and also helping the clients I work with. And just wanted to share all of that in a 3 day and three-part series. So the first one is about the mindset and about increasing the self-awareness. So who I am, first of all, just to explanation, what do I do to be able, to be talking to you. First of all, I'm certified health and life coach, and I've started my journey into self-awareness and changing my mindset and my thoughts and my emotional intelligence as well. And I started this journey now over 5 years ago. So, there are several stories like that, but basically, at some point in my life, I hit the burnout and some kind of anxiety around what is my purpose in this life? What do I want to create in my life? How I want to show up for myself? Although I didn't understand that at the very beginning. I thought in order for me to be happier, to be more fulfilled in life, I need to find that thing which is external to me to make me happy. And over the journey, in my life and in my coaching and in my self-development, I've put a lot of effort, and I'm still putting, because I think, increasing self-awareness, being a happier person is a journey, and it happens every day with little steps and sometimes leaps into what we want to change. And who we want to become in this life. So self-development is a massive field, and we all start at different levels. Sometimes we don't want to do any work. Sometimes we want to do something. We want to improve ourselves, and there is nothing wrong with it, right? I want you to know that wherever you are on your journey to increasing, finding your calm, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be calmer. I want to have that inner peace that wherever I am, I'm exactly where I should be, right? There is nothing I need in order or in order to achieve something. I'm 100% worthy already, and it's okay to work on my skills. It's okay to develop. So I'm originally from Poland, but I came to UK now, I think 18 or 19 years ago. So I came to the country believing that I'm on a journey to a different country, not the country of my birth. And I've started to building the life I wanted here. And I built quite a comfortable life with my husband, and I have a daughter as well. But at some point, you just look for more, but also who you want to be as a person. And I knew that being in a corporate environment at that time, at some point, it was just really not serving me. And I left my corporate job in 2019, but I left happy, and I'm probably going to do a series on that. I wasn't wounded in any shape or form. I just wanted something different, and that's what I did. I work on myself first. I found my happiness first before I actually decided, yes, I'm ready to move on, and started my own business. Since then, and after the pandemic, I rejoined corporate, but on different terms, especially in the terms with myself, to be a happier person, that don't need to pursue high flying career to get where I want to be. And this is a part of my business and part of my life. This business is a massive part because it's my passion. But I also want this to be a full-time thing at some point in my life. So it's a bit of a background, but today is about how I got to the point where I am. And when we think about starting your own business, we think about, oh, I want to have a freedom of choice, freedom of financial freedom, financial independence quite often, and freedom of time. I want to be doing something with passion on my own terms. And this is how I started, for sure. Now, everything I do in my life is on my terms, but I communicate my terms with everyone around me with respect. At least I'm trying. I'm work in progress. And I'm exactly where I need to be. And I'm absolutely happy about it, right? So, and I'm sharing my knowledge and gifts and talents, and I hope you find it resonates with you, and would love you to maybe tell me in the comments what resonates with you. So the challenge is now is as a kind of the challenge about mindset and emotional intelligence, both combination that really helped me on my journey. So I'm going to share a presentation. I'm going to talk about this, but of course, I'm welcome any questions you may have, because it is a journey and it always starts with that first step. Okay, so let me share my presentation with you. So this is, as I said, 3-part series, The Power of One and Find Your Calm. And on the day one, so today, I'm going to be talking about how to improve the quality of your thoughts, how to have more self-awareness, and how it's important to have that one thought, which is the good quality thought, and what tools you can use in your life. So the mind journey starts with awareness. Now, we arrive at awareness in different ways. People have sometimes therapies. If you have some blockages which are from the past, some trauma, that you need to process first because it is blocking, and sometimes you're not aware. And quite often when I coach, I discover there are things from the past. We cannot escape from the past. It's part of our DNA. But what we don't want our past to do is to block our desires and dreams. And that quite often is around our health, and that's mental and physical health, but also is around the relationship with money and with people we have in our life. So it's really this kind of first day challenge. And I want you to imagine yourself, being embraced in the knowledge in here, but also taking maybe notebook, a few notes, and you can pause this video and how I can increase awareness of what is going on, right? And we basically cannot transform things we don't know, and we can arrive at different ways. Some people take hypnotherapy, for example. There is a lot of things which are stuck in our subconscious mind, so we are not aware of this that we're doing. But with a little bit of work, and with a little bit of even coaching and asking the right question, we can get curious about what is stopping us progressing where we want to be. In my journey, I realized that it's not about other people in my life. It's about me, first of all. Am I happy where I am? If I'm not happy, why I'm not happy? We all have bad and good days, right? So that's okay. And it's about the journey and asking that question. When I didn't know at the very first where to start, and I had a therapy before I had changed my career, right? And started to become a coach, certified coach. And I actually started with naturopathic chef because I've started with health. I wasn't healthy. And so I want to work out the routine that will help me. Okay, so why we need to be self-aware. Now, the self-awareness is such a big thing, and it's needed everywhere in our relationships, formal, informal, in our work, right? And obviously, it's not an exhaustive list. We make towards the progress towards our desires and dreams. Sometimes we feel like we are stuck or blocked. That's probably something is holding us back. We don't know what that is. To be happier, for sure, more fulfilled and grateful, but also to be better leaders in ourselves, leading ourselves where we want to be. It's all about also discipline. Like if you want to have something in your life, you truly desire what you want in your life, more happiness, more health, there is work to do, right? It's not going to magically appear, right? But one of the things you can do is increasing the self-awareness. Like, okay, today I'm working on why for example, I'm lazy and I don't want to go to the gym or do any kind of movement or don't want to cook anything healthier, right? And I'm not talking about one day off. I'm talking about, going on that roller coaster, right? I'm good for 5 weeks and then I'm bad for 5 weeks. It's just not give us like bad in a way that I just compromise myself. I really don't know what's going on. And I'm coming back to where I was before, which I don't want, right? Okay, so the life you live is a lesson to teach for sure. You can take a deep breath and really set some intention for this masterclass or this series. So when you truly connect with your present moment and you can close your eyes, what's on your mind? What do you want to let go of? And what do you want to keep and explore? And the way I suggest, have a journal, pause this video and answer some of those questions. They don't have to be very deep at the very beginning. This is the work. The deeper feelings, emotions, they come with the work. They just don't come with one question. But every time you ask yourself this, you can go deeper and deeper. But we have to start somewhere. And whatever comes in your mind, like, I need to cook dinner, right? I want to talk to somebody. I have not been talking for a while. I saw different things may come up for you. So it's about aligning yourself right now in this present moment. So awareness is the ability to perceive and become conscious of one's inner world while still taking notice of external surroundings. And awareness, I think I was reading a study on awareness in top leaders and top management. And awareness is the skill, is the characteristic not many leaders actually have. Because awareness not only comes from what we know about ourselves, it comes also from other people and the feedback they give us, right? And I have about kind of not a very good relationship with feedback, because it really hurts sometimes to know some of those things. And I've learned to process them, because also we don't know whether they're true. They are talked to us, said to us with honesty. Like, this feedback of your performance, quite often we have those in organization, and that is about increasing your awareness. Like, I wasn't aware of that. I need to ask my questions. Is that really true? But the problem is we're taking very personally, and we're trying to mean something about us. And it really hurts our ego. Like, oh, that's not true. I'm not like that, like this. And then, of course, people provide the feedback, but somehow you feel like you are in a protective mode and defending mode. Like, I have to now defend something that I know better, right? But I think it's really looking back, being humble and thinking, okay, I'll look at that from curiosity point of view and ask a few questions. And when the situations arise, can I just ask myself, is that true that that's how I behave? Like, people may say, well, that person not necessarily talk to us, but she will send an email only, or that communication is like very spare and doesn't give us a context. Like, whatever that can be, we want this to be detailed because we know how we can improve. So understanding your triggers is important, and I'm going to talk about triggers probably every day of this series, because, well, the thing is with triggers, we all have them and they happen all the time. And it could be like, I don't know, you're part of a community, people may not necessarily want to talk to you, and for some reason it triggers you that maybe you are not lovable, nobody likes you, right? Or something like that. And we feel like we need to control other people to I don't know, like us, love us. Different things, really. A partner can tell you something, your child can tell you something, or you can tell something yourself, and that triggers you. Observe other reactions, see the bigger picture. Don't focus only on task in hand, and really on yourself, right? It is about finding your inner peace, because at the end of the day, you will stand up to whoever and whatever they think about you with your authentic self. Like, that's okay. If they don't like the way I do that, I'm not here to change myself unless it is without the respect, it is hurting other people. I'm okay with that, right? Like, I don't want to do that. I obviously don't want to hurt other people, but some people quite often when they come to me on a health journey, like, so like, I don't have support in my family because I have been through different cycles of, for example, losing weight. And if I tell my family now that I don't eat this, this, and this, they say like, come on, we know that you can't lose weight, right? That it's going to be just for a short while. And then again, you're going to be back to the square one. I mean, I've heard it so many times, and it is heartbreaking because we expect our family to respect us, right? And our choices. But because they don't believe that you will be self-disciplined enough, it sort of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Oh, they told me that. Then I have this thought in my mind, I'm not worthy of losing weight, for example, and it will never happen for me. And they are right, which is actually is not serving you, because you obviously want to lose weight for your health, and it's very detrimental to you. It's not to them. It just proves their point, but you don't want to prove their point. So we have to get self-aware and self-disciplined enough to know exactly where we are on our grounds. And also admitting like, listen, right, I had those problems before and I'm working on this, right? I'm working on my thoughts and my mindset. It's not about the diet, losing weight. It's more about mindset and emotions to build long-lasting results. Be open-minded, start things with a beginner's mind. Like, people come to me on losing weight and they've done it 7 times and say like, I have done everything I could and it's not working. And I always say, do you have a beginner's mind to start a journey again, but maybe with a different approach? And sometimes they say like, but I've learned this, I've learned that. And then close themselves to other solutions which may be available to them. Seek feedback from others. If you have good friends and they're honest, absolutely be compassionate. It will not happen overnight. Self-awareness is a difficult process because we not always like what we see or know. Questioning. When we have a thought about something, it is quite often not true and not based on the facts. It's discovery journey to understand yourself better. So again, going back to the, for example, losing weight, right? What does it mean that I've tried 6 times and I gave up, right? I don't know whether it's going to work for me this time. Yes, there are facts in a place that you've tried it and it didn't work for you for some reason. But on the other side, you are willing to try and say like, enough is enough. I'm trying for the last time. This time I'm work on my mindset, my self-awareness, my ability to be self-disciplined through the mind work I do every day. So to really ground myself in who I am, and it's going to be successful. I'm going to win at this, right? But it's going to be a process. So that's your thought. That's a new empowering thought, because if you base your thought on what you have not been able to accomplish on your health journey, it's not going to go great, right? Practicing the thought download. So I wake up every morning and it's called like morning pages, and I just download everything I just have in my brain, you know. It could be positive, negative. It doesn't have to have any particular structure, and minimum 5 pages, because this is where you go into deeper, and it could be anything. It's going to be a hard day because I have 2 negotiations. I have to take my daughter here. Like, it could be like that, but try also about your feelings and your emotions. It will be much, much better. But of course, it comes with the practice. So you can grab a piece of paper and start writing your thoughts. You can actually ask yourself those questions. So with curiosity, which ones feel as true? They can be hard to shift as you believe deeply in them. So you may be thought, I'm not good at it, right? Whatever that is. And does it feel true? Or it's about you passed something on you base it on some past experience, but actually you are learning, right? And what do you need to learn, for example, and how you need to show up for yourself to make it happen, right? Because I can tell you that nobody is good at anything until they go and do it, right? Because they have to try themselves. They have to find people who can help them. Sometimes you have to find that willingness to go out and actually do it. How do you feel about negative thoughts? Can you let them go? So you negative thoughts are like, I'm not good at it. I'm terrible. Nobody believes in me, like that kind of stuff. Or I'm not a good parent. I mean, I've heard that so much because I told my daughter that she doesn't look good in this clothes and that hairstyle. I have it, honestly, because my daughter is it's definitely challenging for me. It's not for her, it's for me. And I know that it's about me. It's not about her. Like, for example, I don't like her wearing short or having short hair, like, or wearing certain clothes. I don't like it, but it's not about her because I don't want her to make me happy and wear something different because she would be unhappy. It's about me and how I process that. So I'm really working on myself with curiosity. So like, isn't that interesting that I don't like where she has short hair? Now I process that, so that's not true anymore, but it was when she first got her first short haircut. So which are part of your identity, but you don't want them to be. Now this could be difficult for you to recognize, but once you do this work every day and ask yourself the question, you basically start discovering what is your identity around certain issues in your family. It could be identity around money, how I deal with money, how I deal with my daughter challenging me, how I deal with my husband who doesn't put away things where they should be, and how I feel about myself not doing it, right? I'm not perfect. Power of one thought. So once you are in there and you're asking yourself those questions, can you find a thought that will be more powerful? Yeah. I always start with myself. So I love myself. It has to generate certain emotion and feeling and inspires you to take the action. I love myself. My body is not a trash can. So I'm not going to put garbage into it. So yes, I'm going to eat healthy as best as I can, right? My body is going to carry me through life until I die. So yes, I want to move because I don't want to feel pain everywhere, right? And I'm taking this now because when I feel the pain, it's already late. So I'm minimizing those risks. About my daughter, I love who she is. I love her to be happy and fulfilled. Therefore, if that's make her happy and fulfilled, that's okay for me too, right? And I don't get on with her and trying to change her to make me happy. And that is a powerful thought I have adopted actually recently to help me with some of those issues. I believe in a new thought, find evidence everywhere, right? I practice every day, especially creating an emotion in my body, right? So when I repeat the thought to myself, I love my daughter with short hair. Is this true? Is it honest, right? How do I feel it in the body? It's like maybe I have some, palpitations and like, oh, I don't know whether that's true. And that needs a little bit more work, and that's okay. You will start thinking on purpose in every area of your life because, oh my goodness, if I have pennies for everything when I caught myself in the thought and then I was changing it, I would be a millionaire because we have so many thoughts that do not serve us, but it is the process. And you're creating your identity. I'm a mother who sets the boundaries for my daughter, but I love her for who she is, right? And doesn't matter what she wears and what kind of hair she has too, right? And I know that can be challenging, honestly, challenging. Teenagers this time are very challenging, but I think they were challenging. I was challenging for my parents. So why it's should be any different for me? Okay, so what may be blocking self-awareness? No time to be with yourself. And quite often when I really recommend some daily routine for my clients, they say like, I don't know what I'm going to write, what I'm going to meditate on. And I always say, give it a go and see what comes up. And they love it. They start loving it, or sometimes they come back, oh, it's not working for me. So we're trying different things. Being afraid what you might discover. I mean, the motherhood for me has been a hell of a journey, and it still is, because although I have an absolutely fantastic daughter, there is a lot of unprocessed, I call it emotional inheritance from the past, from my parents and who I was brought up as, and also with everything what is going on. And it's a lot to process. And I'm afraid of discovering some of those things for sure. Thinking it is not worthwhile and it's too painful or scary. Definitely a lot of that, quite often. So, tools to help you with self awareness: meditation, mindfulness, self care, therapy, coaching, personal development tools. All of that can help. You don't have to do all of them in once. I said, like, I'm going to start and try meditation. Calm up. It has a lot of guided meditation, which helped me to put meditation in practice. Now I can do that on my own, even for a few minutes with breathing, because I know what it is. And if you don't want to just sit there, do a body scan. Body scan is the simplest form of something that you can really connect your mind and your body. So you go from your feet, how do you feel? And you go from your knees and legs, and you go up to the to your head. And I will do some body scan meditations for sure, also in my program. But it's sort of so good to take yourself into the body and into the present moment. Okay. So I said that every day I'm going to offer like a personal development tool, something that is anchored and grounded in your in the research and science, so to speak. Apart from the day 3, which I have a slightly different tool, but 2 days I'm going to just recommend 2 tools that can help you. They are often used by organizations, but if you are on your own and you think like, we all work somewhere, right? And I've done it first as in a corporate. So Gallup Strengths Finder, quite often, emotions and how we feel like it can be related to the type of work we do and or don't do, because that, for example, the work does not use our talents and gifts. And it is very kind of a challenge being actually authentic self and having a fulfilled work. So Gallup Strengths Finder can help you with, for example, your top 5 talents. So there is a basic report. I think it costs. There is a book associated with that. There are 5 key strengths, and it's okay you can have the whole report, but the 5 will give you what you need to start. And your role is unique so knowing your strengths can help you to increase self-awareness. Like, oh, okay, so I like the strategy, but I don't necessarily like day-to-day tech stuff. Yes, I need to learn it, but are there other people who can help me? Change expectations. Like, you tell your boss, this is what I'm good at, this is what I want to be doing most of the time, and then the rest is just a minor part of your job. Manage relationships. Like, people have different talents, right? And the sooner you realize that, then the better. Manage time and resources. Should be better, not better, at conflict resolution and problem solving, because we are all different. We all have different key strengths. And I think sometimes organizations run those programs where they allow their employees to use to teach them how to use their strengths, because in a really perfect situation, we would like to have fulfilled people who are, who have certain gifts and talents, and then they can offer them into the world in the best way possible. Okay, so that's it for day 1. There is a lot of materials because there's just a lot of thinking to be doing in this. Self-awareness is really about asking the questions and starting doing some of this work every day. I mean, I have a journal. I have so many journals which I completed over the years. Not always do it every day, but I'll try, because it helps me a lot in the morning, especially. It could be even one sentence sometimes, depends how I feel. But I have a journal, and it really helps me. People say, like, what do I write? I mean, anything, right? Ask yourself a question. There are so many journal prompts questions you can start. I always start with like a new month, and I have a certain desires, goals for a month, around money, about who I am, my health, and I put that in place. Okay, so be a master of your own thoughts and emotions, be calmer in life and at work, get everything done, improve focus, be a better influencer. Influence in a way, not, we know the celebrities and being on social media. Influence, first of all, yourself and others in a positive way, right? Like offer perspectives to your family on certain issues, communicate with them. I think I forgot to put communication. It's so good. When you do this work and you discover a lot about yourself, you have to be able to communicate, because we are not alone in this world. We're not in a kind of some kind of lonely existence. We work with others, and I often too say at work, what are my expectation of certain things, but in a kind of a calmer manner. I can be frustrated with so many different things, but if I allow them to get me, I'm not going to progress with my work. And also I realize what I can change and what I cannot change, where I can contribute to that which makes sense and it doesn't deplete my energy, and where I can just let go. Where the companies struggle, and it's doesn't matter whether you have a business or no business, is the productivity, is the focus, and it's a kind of the engagement, right? Or lack of it, actually. Whatever, right? I'm not going to engage because I'm not going to change anything. And I know that it's easier said than that. I've been there thousands of times, but I've learned to let go. And I've learned also to highlight the issues with my managers, with myself, with other people in my life, to make it easier for all of us, but also better, happier. So it's important to understand your triggers, I think, in your awareness, and you can activation. So I'm running this program, which starts on Tuesday, and that will be more kind of, it's a group, really group coaching for 3 weeks. We break out before Easter to really allow ourselves. So it will be 6 sessions with some meditation to really discover, to do this work, to find time and do this work. So Tuesday and Thursdays, this is the program. When you want to process maybe something, it really starts with that a little bit of engagement with yourself first. You can get coaching in the program if you want to, or just work on some of your thoughts around some challenging things. And that's the cost. This is where you can buy it, and you will get access to my kind of program platform where everything is going to be recorded, but we will be meeting on Zoom, and Zoom sessions will be recorded. There is a Facebook group, but I not always do Facebooks as well, because I think they can be overwhelming for people. People go to find one thing and they come back after 5 hours, and I don't want you to waste any time. Then you have to, and Facebook and Instagram is full of triggers, and if you don't process them, then it's just it really rules your life. Anyway, so that's for today, for day 1 of this kind of challenge. And I would love you to consider this for yourself. Is it something that you are looking for more in life? Being calmer, being more composed, being kind of the master of your own emotions. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes me a long time, and it still is work in progress. But the sooner we let go of perfection, the sooner we're going to make the progress, and we will be satisfied with our results. Okay, take care. Thank you very much for being here. So I will put the link into the show notes on this. This is my perspective. This is how I took myself from very, very difficult place to very, very much so fulfilled life, about really truly who I am as a person who sort of gonna be entering my second part of the life at some point. I want this life to matter for me. And I wanted to really not only leave the legacy, but I think legacy is a bit of putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on us. It's just really becoming a person that you always wanted to be, and you think that there is something missing. I don't know what that is. Okay, take care, and thank you very much for watching.